And that one light's ruining it. Now we got all the kitties in a video. So many seconds it takes to get a follower. Let's get over right there. Should be public. Yep, we got a like.
But let's see people now.
Ethan's got a lap full of kitty. Howdy, howdy, Sydney. Old Mark Crippen Jr. Hi from me, from my. Hi from my.
Huh.
Justin Cole, what's up? I know that's Michigan. Hello. I've actually been to Michigan once. I lived in Detroit, Michigan, and worked in Detroit, Michigan for about 3 whole months doing door-to-door sales in Detroit. And trying to get the freaking light just right, but it's impossible in here. Oh, Sally Staines from Tyler, Texas. What's up, Sally? I was near Tyler a couple of weeks ago, out of Justin the Good Old Lands. Do It All Garage, what's up? So if you guys missed it, I did a live stream Wednesday night. Did a live stream, and then took it down like 20 or 30 minutes after that. I was drinking on the live stream. Drinking some whiskey, so it got unlisted, then went over to TikTok and did a live stream over there. But I said that I would have my son Ethan on live stream. My son Caleb is down at a buddy of his house, so Ethan and I hung out for the day, just he and I. We went and saw Secrets of Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Fantastic Beasts Secrets of Dumbledore, and I've had a problem with doing movies apparently. So I bought some tickets the other day, and we went to go watch a movie yesterday. We were going to go watch Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. We went up to the movie theater at the time that it started at like 4:45, and lo and behold, it doesn't start until March. So we were a little early. So we ended up watching Batman. Oh, James Bradshaw wants to know, why does my 7.3 IDI keep killing batteries? Bad batteries, bad alternator, or you got a parasitic draw somewhere. Mike Wilson says, hello, Ethan.
Hi.
He spelled your name Ethan.
Eh.
E-A thin.
I don't think you should eat him.
Sydney wants to know, what's the estimated cost to do a come-in swap? It depends on, like this 6.4 behind me, if you're going to have a ready-to-go engine, depends on what motor it is. Generally, my biggest suggestion on it is to go with like a common rail engine, like a 24-valve Dodge. You're going to spend around $3,500 to $5,000 on just the engine alone. The installation kit is around $6,000, and labor is probably going to be somewhere between $4,000 to $7,000. So generally speaking, to do the entire swap, you're starting in a ballpark of around $15,000, and if you do an engine rebuild on top of that, you're in the $20,000 to $25,000 range. So it just depends. So I have my son Ethan on the live stream, and I told him we would do a live stream for a little bit, and I would tell you guys, hey, ask us both questions. You want to ask Ethan a question, you want to ask me questions, try to do father-son questions. But if you, I'll answer all the mechanic questions, but as soon as I start talking mechanical jargon, Ethan's probably going to be like tuned out. And unfortunately, he just broke his phone, so he doesn't have anything to do other than just watch this. We were walking in downtown Granbury, and I remember being the age when suddenly you could realize that you could jump up and touch stuff. And so Ethan did that. He jumped up and tried to touch a sign or an awning or something in downtown and had the phone in one hand. And he jumped up and he missed his target, and then he dropped his phone and it crashed.
Yeah.
Neil H, it's 11.
It already been cracked, and so.
Yeah, that sucks. Neil H from Australia. What's up, brother? There's actually, man, there's a lot, at least my old channel, I don't know about my new channel, but there is a freaking ton of Australians that subscribe to my channel. Only reason I figured that out is because when I started selling merch back on the old channel, I sent a tremendous amount of shirts to Sydney, Australia. And one particular, it's Queens something, Australia. I forgot what it's called, Queenstown, Queensland, Australia, but you better run off. Queensboro or something. right, I'm gonna go through the comments here. Tim Turner, what's up, brother? Do It All Garage. Are there owner's manuals online for specs like oil differential, fluid, and etc.? I mean, your best bet's actually to go to like AutoZone.com. Believe it or not, AutoZone has also has an app. You can throw your VIN number in the app, the AutoZone app, and it'll give you. They have quite a few wiring schematics for it. They have a VIN decoder. They have all sorts of things. They have the specifications, like what kind of oil capacities, and all that kind of stuff. Ears itching. Queensland, yeah. Mike Wilson, don't feel bad. I remember them days. I jump up and hit my. Yeah. Ethan's figuring that part out. Full 10's planting a garden. Man, all we did was my youngest son Caleb went down to Stephenville to see his buddy Paxton, which I'm going to be doing a video about Paxton and his family here pretty soon, probably next week. So if you guys stay tuned for that video, I could use you guys' help with it and everything. He went down there to hang out with Pax Max and dropped him off right around 12. Ethan and I played Borderlands 3 for a little bit. Then we went and watched Fantastic Beasts and The Secrets of Dumbledore. Got done with that. Went and ate dinner, and then we walked around Granbury Square. Got some ice cream, or at least I got some ice cream. Yeah. Apparently, Ethan found the bottom of his stomach because he was full.
Also, we almost missed the movie somehow.
True. Yeah, well, I actually wanted to go work out. I wanted to go jog and do a workout, and that's what we were heading to do. And what, were you in the bathroom?
Yeah, I was brushing my teeth.
Yeah, brushing his teeth, and then came out and was like, "Hey, weren't we supposed to go watch a movie?" And I was like, "Oh crap! Yeah, it starts in 10 minutes." And then we get to the movie, and so we get to the movie theater, and you know how movie theaters are now, where you buy the tickets pre-hand and you get to pick out your seats. So we picked out our seats. We went in there, and there was already a family sitting down in our seats, and we're like, "Huh." And the lady said, "Oh, well, the people that are in our, we were supposed to have these seats. These people over here didn't move, so we just took these seats. Sorry." So we sit next to them, and then 3 more people came in for the seats that we were in, and they had those seats. We had to move another upper row. And then once the movie started, the lady came up and said, "Hey, we're in the wrong theater. We're supposed to be watching Sonic, so y'all can have your seats. Sorry."
And I somehow lost his keys.
Yeah, I have my truck keys, and I'm wearing these like flimsy running shorts, and I don't like having stuff in the pocket. So gave all my keys, took my hat off, put my wallet, my phone, and my keys in my hat, handed it to Ethan, and then Ethan somehow misplaced my keys.
I put in a couple of them and moved them on like 3 times. What do you expect?
Yeah, so Ethan lost them. It cost us minutes of time. Actually, I did get my bathroom built out. You guys want to see it? I'm gonna do a little bathroom tour. I'll show you guys. I did a really good job on it. I'm proud of it. Tim's already seen it. So I'm gonna flip the camera around here and show you the backside of it. So this is the backside of it. I still need to wire in my vent, but that's all the plumbing to it.
Hey, I need some privacy here.
And that's my bathroom setup. So I used a garden tub from Tractor Supply. It's a tartar tub. We'll drain down the bottom. I did all the copper work up to there. This is a EMT conduit that's just bent. And then a 3/4 inch pipe.
Pax is here.
What's up, Pax?
Say hi to the live stream. Say hi. It's a live stream with.
You're on live, buddy.
Hi. No. Did I say it wrong?
I think.
Oh, now you're all nervous.
No, I'm not. No, look. Just ask it. I'm not nervous.
Really?
No, stop. Put it. Yeah, towards me, and I'm gonna.
We got to take a little sidetrack for Paxton, apparently. What are you going to do?
Yes. You're gonna subscribe to me.
So Paxton has a YouTube channel.
Go check it out. It's called Paxton 2K10.
No,
You're like the worst YouTuber ever. You're turning your back to the camera, walking off from the camera.
Stop. Look at the camera. So he
Okay.
has
Voiceable's ad right now.
no voiceable. Give us money.
Yeah.
This is okay. This is not.
This is a robbery.
This is not.
This is a robbery.
This is a rob. Give us.
Glad to look good.
Give us money.
You guys no idea how to do a live stream.
Okay. We have to hurry. So come on. No, but you don't have the gates. Here. Let's go around here. Okay.
Okay.
That's it. Oh, here. Oh, here.
So yeah, that's my tub setup. All right, Paxton. Good seeing you, buddy.
Should I close the door?
Bye. No problem. Thanks for having him. Yeah, that's Caleb's friend Paxton. Paxton's that's Caleb's best friend Paxton, and Paxton's an awesome little boy. Awesome kid. He's one of those kids that you want your sons hanging out with. I'm sure all of you with kids, like you've had kids in your life and around your neighborhood that you didn't want your sons hanging out with or your daughters, and then you have the kids like, oh my gosh, go spend more time with that kid. And that's Paxton one of them. So Paxton does voiceover work. Him and his father, kind of like a side business, and they do really well at it. Well, Paxton did a voiceover, and he made I don't know, a couple $1,000 or something like that, like $1,500, $2,000. And they were doing a charity at a school, and then when they did the charity, he just took all his money and just donated it to the charity because he found out that there were some kids at school that didn't have stuff, didn't have food and whatnot. So he's like, hey, yeah, I'll just donate this cash to that. Got in the newspaper, got on the, I believe a news reporter did a interview with him and everything. So it's pretty neat. Kid's got a good heart. American Trays, what's up, Andy? Yeah, hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. I'm glad we were here when I got here.
Yeah.
Get away from the road!
I'm gonna beat him up.
It's you.
I don't need to replace another Caleb.
How is it you?
Away from the road. Go ahead and shut that door. It's too loud.
Yeah, can you go hand me my phone?
No.
That was Paxton's.
This isn't me live stream.
My.
No, it's our live stream.
This is my
Our
live stream. I just
Right.
let them in.
Eric B, it depends on which motors. Generally, most of the Ford fleet motors are pretty good. I've got zero experience with the new 7.3 Godzilla motor. I'd like to have my hands on one, but from what
on
I've
the
heard,
couch or on the desk. Sorry.
from what I've heard, they're excellent motors and no problems other than fuel mileage. They had to do something to replace their, they stopped making the V10 a couple years ago, and back in 2016, I think, 17, 18. I don't remember when they stopped making the V10, but they stopped making the V10 and they needed a large replacement industrial motor. What's up, old school repair shop? Mark West wants to know, how is Justin doing? Don't hear anything from him. Justin's doing really good. He started his own construction, mainly heavy equipment, dirt work company, and bought himself a brand new skid steer, got a little dozer, got a mini excavator, and he's been blowing and going and doing dirt work and stuff, doing really well out there around Hawkins Lake. I'm guessing this is public knowledge by now, but his wife, Amy, she's pregnant. They are due next month, so they got a little baby on the way, little baby girl.
Wasn't that supposed to be like some big secret or whatever?
I don't think so. There's like 43 people that know now, so.
Oh. Don't put the news, maybe.
I don't think it's secret or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, they put it on their Facebook and everything else, so I don't think it's a big, huge secret. But no, they're doing really good. Yeah. Yeah. She's doing about a month. I don't know if I'm supposed to sell that or not, but now you guys know. I'll try to clean this. Trying to get that light glare. That's better. Everybody said I had 3 ambulances built with the 7.3. They were pretty hot. But yeah, fuel mileage is terrible. 7.3 gasoline, right? The Godzilla motors. I like to find one of those dudes, if I would like to have one of those, and then be able to have some money to put into it, some performance work. Yeah, Justin's doing good. Just blowing and going, man. He's been doing a lot of it, and he's not real happy with YouTube. Hey, go get another chair. No, that's Ethan's chair.
No.
But Justin have been like his YouTube channel really did something weird. He and I were making about the same amount of money, and then he started doing a bunch of restoration videos, and he got more views and more watch time, but his income went way down. And so even now, like his income for his channel like tanked. So he doesn't want to spend a lot of time and effort making videos, because Justin puts an incredible amount of work into his videos. Like he puts hours and hours into shooting them, into editing them, and making sure they're a wonderful, just the film quality in it, and the videography is he puts a lot of time and talent into it. And putting that much stuff into it, and your video basically making pennies is, for him, it's like me. YouTube is it's a source of income. That's the reason to do it. You make a lot of noise, buddy. Is that better?
Yeah.
Now we can see your knees. Hello, everybody. This is Caleb's knees. This is Ethan's face.
This is his shoes.
Stop. Gabby Dunn or Dune, I think it's Dunn, says, got a 97 IDI, want to put a fast system on. Do I need to bypass mechanical pump? Yes, you would need to bypass mechanical pump. You would not need it anymore. You need a block off plate, and you would run it straight to your injection pump. You would do it with all that stuff. You definitely don't want to run a fast fuel pump to the mechanical pump. One, because it's just, I think you would end up burning both of those out. I think you'd end up burning up your pump, your mechanical pump, and I think you'd end up having a restriction and overheat your fast fuel pump. Handful of kitty.
Yep. Yeah, Caleb.
Go through some of these comments here. So if you got any questions for Ethan, Caleb, or myself,
Me. Caleb, the cool one.
TC wanted to know, supply chain getting better in your area? Yes and no. Some of the supply chain stuff is, some of it isn't. Depends on what you need. Everything is still like 2 weeks out though. And I don't know what's going on with a lot of it. I think a lot of it's, hey guys, stop. That stuff's really loud. Yeah, it's still a, Kevin Schmidt, what's up, brother? It has been a while. Old School Repair Shop wants to know how Chucky's doing. Chucky's good. I'm surprised he's not on this live stream. Usually when I do a live stream, he chimes in real quick. He's doing good, man. He's blowing and going. He's setting up his church, getting it ready to go. Been farming, doing hay, and everything he can. And constantly uploading those older videos, that archive videos that he had. So his channel's doing pretty good. Mine would be doing a lot better if I'd uploaded some content. I got plenty of content to go through and edit, but I just haven't taken the time to sit down and do it. The electromechanical channel wants to know, hi, how are you? Hope you are fine. And any news from Chucky? Well, I just got done talking about Chucky. MJW, is that Emma J? Emma's spare room machine shop. I don't know if that's Emma. No, hers is Emma Spare. Her name is Emma Spare room. Anyway, hello. Love Australia. I got a lot of fans in Australia. I hope to make it down there someday. Old School Repair Shop? No, he's not starting a church. Gosh dang, cat. Starting that church. Is the 4R100 and my 05 Excursion 4x4 behind a V10 2-valve reliable for heavy towing? Any suggestions to keep it going? My only suggestion would be a different torque converter and a tune. 4R100s are pretty good transmissions. You don't really need to do a whole lot. They work pretty well. That's what I have in my service truck. It works pretty well, but I think it's got a billet torque converter in it. And there's a couple of upgrades, and I'm not familiar with them to do inside the transmission. I don't do transmission work. Seems like every transmission I ever pull apart, it's always a nightmare for me. And it's only because I don't have a lot of experience with it. And I'm always the type of a person that when I don't know how something operates, I can read a manual and I really won't understand it, but I really need to be able to take it apart about 4 or 5 times in a row. Once I take it apart, the fourth or fifth time, then I can grasp the concept of how it works and everything. Silas, what's up, man? Your younger son is very color coordinated. Yeah, that's not by accident. We're just happy he found his shirt today.
How do you find the shoes? How time you just.
Yeah, orange shoes.
Can't find his shoes, can't find his socks, can't find his shoe, other shoe, can't find his glasses, can't find his toothbrush.
Inside out and backwards.
Zach King wants to know, did you get the living quarters and shower done in your shop? Yeah, I actually just showed it earlier in this live stream. I got the shower put together and the living quarters are pretty much done as much as I want to do. I would like to put a kitchen in and I would like to put in a washer, dryer, and a dishwasher, but I don't know if I'm going to put any time or effort into that. I really need to get out of this shop, and I'm kind of in a crossroads because I can really only afford to have the shop right now, or I can afford to rent or buy a place, but I can't afford both. And without the shop, then I don't have anywhere to work or do videos. So then I'm kind of like, well, what do I do with all my tools and everything? Do I just buy a house, sell everything, and then put all that money towards a shop and then rebuy everything? Or like, I don't know. And right now, the area that I'm in Hood County, the housing market is insane. Last year, you could buy an acre of undeveloped property for around $12,000 to $15,000, and right now, the average price in Hood County is $45,000 for an acre, and that's nothing on it. That's not a well. That's not electricity ran to it. So if you buy a ready-to-go, move-in, 3-bedroom house, one, I'm not going to be able to find a shop, and two, it's going to be around $300,000 to have any sort of even a half acre with an older 3-bedroom house on it is going to cost me around $275,000 to $300,000. That puts me right at about $1,800 a month rent or mortgage for it, and then $1,800 a month. This shop is $1,200 a month, plus stuff for my divorce I got to pay for. Like, it ends up coming up to around, if I kept this shop and moved somewhere didn't have a shop on the location I'm moving to, it's going to cost me around $3,500 a month in just overhead for roof space plus other expenditures that I have legal wise and everything. So yeah, I can't afford that. So hopefully, also, if I want to move into a place, I got to have about, just to move in for a rental place, I need about $3 or $4 grand in pocket to move, to do all the deposits and rent a truck and then get all, they usually want last month's up front, the security deposit, which is around $3 or $4 grand and all that stuff. If I buy a house, I need about $10,000, $15,000 on, up front, which I ain't got. So yeah. Yeah, Tim, the prices on housing and land is just, it's insane. Alan Kuster says, get a trailer at the shop. The problem is, like you can see, I have 2 sons, and if I get a trailer works fine for me. What I'm at now, just the shop, it works fine for me, but I need to have at least a 2-bedroom, something with 2 bedrooms in it, like a dedicated 2 bedrooms, and then they could share the 2nd bedroom. But if I'm in that boat, then I'd rather just get 3 bedrooms so they have one of their own bedrooms. If I get a place to stay that has more bedrooms in it, then the boys can stay with me a lot longer, a lot more time than they're able to right now.
Plus, don't you hate trailers?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of trailers. There's something like a travel trailer, I think. And it just depends. Like I've actually kind of changed my mind because I have a really bad problem with single wide trailers. When I was really young, I was we lived in Lake Worth. We lived right in front of a single wide trailer park, and it was a dilapidated, horrible trailer park. There's about 20 trailers back there. Half of them didn't have electricity running to them. Half of them didn't have running water. and they were renting them out to the people that you could imagine that were, willing to live that lifestyle. So there's a lot of drugs, a lot of violence back there, and I remember all that stuff as a kid. And then when I was in second grade, back in that trailer park, I ended up getting molested in one of those trailers back there. So I had a really bad problem with single wide trailers. But now, I mean, they've got some like double wide, triple wide trailers that you go into, and like it looks nothing like even the single wides they're making like now. It doesn't look anything like a normal, like those crap, built in the 50s, 60s kind of trailers. So I've been in some really nice double wides, here lately. So now if I had opportunity to, at this current point, if I found a property and could afford it and had a double wide trailer on it, then I would probably take that immediately. And then with plans, just like everybody else that buys double wide, they buy a double wide to suit them now, and then they're going to build something else on their property in the meantime. But yeah, I'd like to do that. It's just not in the financial budget. Let's see. Let's go back here. Zach Keen, did you get living quarters? You answered that. The Cummins 250. I hit so my idiotic self, I ordered a rebuild kit for the skid steer that's in the shop. It's standard bore. I ordered a rebuild kit for the Ford, the Cummins swap. It's 20 thousandths over. I ordered a standard board kit for both of them. I didn't even think to check the ring gap when I installed all the pistons in the 12 valve, and I got 5 pistons installed into it. And when I did the 6th one, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to check ring gap. So lo and behold, it was 20 thousandths off, and I was like, then I figured out what I did wrong. So I had to pull the pistons out, order a new set of pistons, and I just got the new set of 20 thousandths over pistons, and I checked all the ring gap in it. So now I've got all the pistons put on the rods, and I still got to finish assembling the engine. The E90 BMW ended up messing up again even after I put the tank in it, had more issues. I think the tank that I put in it worked fine, and then I think that tank had the same issue or had some other kind of problem. I didn't know what it was. Nobody else did. So we're making payments on it, and I just let him repo it. Do It All Garage says paid $6,500 for it. I'm lost in that conversation. We camped, Ingenuity said we camped in Glen Rose at the beginning of the month. It's gorgeous. Oh, I love Glen Rose. Some of my favorite place in Texas is in between Bluffdale and just south of Glen Rose, a place called Chalk Mountain. That whole area of Texas is just gorgeous. I love that area. I'd love to live down there, but again, the prices are freaking outrageous. Yeah, Alex, a good job on the name. I guess I have a knack for reading people's names, maybe, because a lot of times people pop up in the comments and I read their names and they go, hey, you nailed it first try. Oh, wow. I am no literary master, so I don't know how I stumbled upon that.
You probably don't know my name. How do you say my name?
Caleb. TC says, patience, pump on the content. Ever thought about doing some niche content, like a Will It Run video? Yeah, I've got a couple of ideas for niche content. The problem I'm having right now, man, and this is what I would explain to my Wednesday night live stream when I was drinking whiskey. I'll have a really good week. I'll bust ass and I'll make a lot of money. And then, I'll pigeonhole a couple of $1,000 that week and feel like I've done really good. And then I'll get hit with something that cost me a couple of $1,000, that week or the next week. And it seems to have followed that suit this last, year and a half. Like every time I get ahead and I think, like a couple of weeks ago, I thought, oh, wow, I'm going to have X amount of money in the bank account. I can start, loosely looking for a property and everything. Well, lo and behold, I ended up having to pay some money out on some other things that ended up consuming that money that I thought I'd already paid for, but somebody else got involved in it. And anyway, it's a big mess. Tim Turner says he's got that short bus, 6'5". Yeah, I need to get down there and work on your freaking bus, Tim. I haven't forgot about it. I just try to make a decision. Like, I got this Ford, I've got that fire truck, and I've got this skid steer that's been in here for 8-9 months now, and I need to get them done before I take on any more work. And in the meantime, I've got to do, I don't know, I'll talk to you about it later. Eric says, do you have shop lift space that you could do a supervised fix it yourself shop? I could. I've thought about that in the past, but the liability is pretty high. I'd have to have a waiver written up, and then I don't know what kind of insurance I'd have to carry on that. And then the other problem is people come in with their projects, and if they pay for a day and then they take the engine out of their vehicle and there's parts laying everywhere, what do I do then? Do I just throw them all their crap outside and say, tough titty? So I don't know. Johnny77 Mutt wants to know, are you kids interested in cars, trucks, motors in general? My dad had a garage when I was really young and it was interested. Yeah, anytime I invite them out to help me work on something, they're excited to come out and help me work on it. But I've kind of waited until Ethan's old enough now to come out in the shop and work on stuff with me. I get really frustrated, like every father. And when you ask them, like, well, pull this off, and they don't know what you're talking about. So we have our struggles,
Yeah, it's fun. I don't it's interesting to see how cars work, but I don't know how you could do it for a living. It'd get boring after a while to me.
Yeah. He and Caleb, like they find it interesting, but they're not interested in doing it for a living or anything. Let's see. O2 Ram 2500, two-wheel driver, automatic, runs and shifts great, leaks oil and transmission fluid, about to replace ball joints, T-rod end shocks. When you do that, make sure you put a track bar bushing in it. Everybody forgets about the track bar bushing, and that's one of the biggest culprits, and I've found for death wobble. That, and on the O2s, up on by the firewall, where the steering shaft and steering column comes out of the firewall, there's like this little, you see a washer deal and a spring on there. And it's supposed to jam tension on the shaft in there. Well, that whole deal ends up sliding down a little bit. So they used to make this called a rock ram kit, where it's just this polyurethane bushing. You cut off your spring, you cut off your washer, and then you jammed a polyurethane bushing up in there, and you secured it with a hose clamp behind it. I don't know if they make that setup or not, but that's a common issue with those too. So you might want to check those. Yeah, Snuff Dipper, it never stops. Something always comes up and leaves you broke. Yeah, it's kind of a fact of life. That's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes it's, 10 steps forward, 1 step back, and other times it's 1 step forward, 10 steps back. Lag pixel. That's Caleb. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have to do some sort of work that I can get paid for immediately that week. So I have to take quick service jobs to get paid in order to keep the lights on here and supplement my income, because I lost all the YouTube income from the old channel and everything. So, but I need to get these longer projects done. Like, I haven't been paid on this Ford, and when I get the Ford done, I'll finally get paid on it, and that'll help out. But I've got to be able to dedicate time to the Ford. Well, before the Ford, I've got to get the brush truck done, and the brush truck constantly needs parts. Again, the brush truck had parts paid for, but hasn't had the labor paid for. So I'm getting in this bind to where I have to wait. I have to make money from another job to pay for parts to the brush truck, to get the brush truck out of here so I can work on the Ford, to get the Ford out of here so I can go over to the skid steer, and they're all this weird deal. But it all happened over the last 8-9 months when supply chain issue was horrible, and now supply issue is not horrible anymore. No. Thank you, though. Lego Brandon wants to know what's the deal with the F-250 behind me. That's actually an F... What's that say on the door up there? 450 or 550? Or it says King Ranch?
F350.
That's an F350. That's a buddy of mine's truck. He bought it brand new off showroom floor, King Ranch edition. Ford 6.4. He drove it for 117,000 miles, blew an engine, had an engine replaced, drove it another like 10, 15,000 miles, I think. Blew that engine, had that one replaced with a rebuilt engine from some outfit in the East Coast. It was supposed to be the bee's knees for Ford 6.4 rebuilds. Had that one in there for about 30,000 miles and blew that engine, and finally just had enough of it and just let it sit for a couple of years. We started talking about it, and then I made arrangements with diesel conversion specialists. They sent me a kit to put it on it, and then I was going to start on it, and then the owner was supposed to give me some cash to go get a motor, and then when I found some engines for him, because he wanted to buy a ready-to-go 12-valve mechanical engine. So I found some, and then when I needed the money to go get it, he didn't have the money to go get it. Well, he ends up making a deal with one of his friends for a 12-valve that was running great when it came out. And so it ran great enough to where they set it on the floor outside of a shop for a couple of years. And it filled up cylinder number 1 with rust. So it got dropped off here. I went to crank it over on a stand just to make sure it ran. And lo and behold, it was locked up. So tore that engine down. Dropped it out of the machine shop, and then had to wait like 3 or 4 months for freaking pistons for our 12-valve Cummins, of all things. No, I think it was the bearings. Yeah, it was the bearings, because the bearings were 20 over bearings, I think, or 10 under or 20 under. I think they're 20 under bearings. Can't remember which one, but anyway, it's been a conundrum. Electromechanical wants to know, do you still have your service truck? I still have the green service truck. I don't have the white one anymore. The F450 with the crane. F350 is doing fine. The one with the green wrap. It's blowing and going. Everything's great. Actually, it left me stranded. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. It left me stranded for the first time in the history that I've owned it. When I bought that truck, it had 210,000 miles. Right now, it's got 350,000 miles. And at 350,000 miles, it's only left me stranded twice. Once when I first got it, needed a fuel pump, replaced that, got it going. And then over 100,000 miles later, no problems. But on the way home, heater hose split right at the engine. So I cut it short, stuck it back on there, tightened it up, put more coolant in it, and it's been running fine since. I think I've got another coolant leak on it though, so I got to find a coolant leak and get her tested. (2001) Aurora, 65,000 miles, stiff air struts, shimmy left front. Man, it could be all kinds of things. You got to get it up in the air and check all the normal stuff: tie rods, control arm bushings, ball joints. Bow!
Was it getting too bored?
Yeah. Well, speaking of getting bored, I know Ethan's getting bored. We're probably going to call it because I want to go in there and play video games. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave comments down below. And where'd you go, Caleb?
What's the face again?
Just put it on the end.
Alright.
Yeah, Caleb's gone. All right, guys. Thank you for everything. Let's see. I got one more here. E-Rated 78. Man, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Red, I love your channel. I suspect I have a stuck caliper across the 100. Any repair tips you can share? You got all the hats. Got to replace the caliper, brother. Bleed the brakes. All right. I'm going to start trying to do live streams with my sons when we are together on Friday or Saturdays. I don't know. We're going to pick a day and then make it happen from now on, but we'll let you know. Hit the likable button, hit the subscribe button, leave your comments down, then you leave your stories down here.
Yeah, maybe it's up there.
And
get out and fix it.
There you go. Love you guys.
Bye.
I almost said